In January 2026, Nestlé recalled baby formula in over 60 countries, not because of a factory accident, because one ingredient from one supplier in Wuhan, China, carried a toxin called cerulide into formula cans worldwide. But here is something that might change how you see every can of formula on the shelf. That same month, a completely separate crisis hit the United States. 51 babies across 19 states were hospitalized with botulism linked to a different brand entirely. 2 companies, 2 contaminants, 2 continents, and both crises trace back to the same uncomfortable truth about the powder you mix into your baby's bottle every morning. Powdered infant formula is not sterile. That is not a conspiracy. The World Health Organization, the CDC, and the FDA all say it plainly. The powder you scoop into your baby's bottle can contain low levels of bacteria. It always could. For decades, this was considered acceptable. The chances of harmful contamination were so low that testing for certain pathogens was not even required. No formula maker had to screen for botulism spores because no outbreak had ever been linked to infant formula. Not once in your lifetime. Until now. The Byheart outbreak changed that overnight. Investigators traced contamination to organic whole milk powder from organic West milk in California, processed at a plant in Nevada. FDA testing confirmed Clostridium botulinum spores in both the raw powder and the finished formula. Genetic fingerprints matched samples from sick infants. Then came Nestlé. A toxin called cerulide was found in arachidonic acid oil, known as ARA, added to formula to mimic fatty acids in breast milk. Nestlé traced it to one supplier, later identified as Cabio Biotech in Wuhan. That company supplied ARA oil to Nestlé, Danone, Lactalis, and other makers worldwide. One ingredient, 60 countries. Here is the thing nobody tells you. Making powdered formula is an extraordinary feat of engineering. But the process itself is why the powder you trust can never be truly sterile. It starts with liquid milk. Fresh cow milk arrives and goes through pasteurization at 72 degrees Celsius for 15 seconds. This kills most bacteria, but it does not kill spores. Bacterial spores like Clostridium botulinum survive pasteurization, boiling, and temperatures above 100 degrees. If you think heat makes your baby's food safe, this is where that assumption breaks down. After pasteurization, the milk is concentrated through vacuum evaporation, removing roughly half its water. Then it enters a spray dryer, a tower standing up to 5 stories tall. If you stood inside, you would see the milk forced through nozzles that atomize it into a fine mist. Each liter becomes 120 billion droplets, each smaller than a human hair. Hot air between 180 and 220 degrees floods the chamber. Water in each droplet evaporates almost instantly. What remains are dry particles about 50 microns wide, falling like snow to the bottom. Moisture drops to around 6%. A secondary fluid bed dryer brings it to 2 to 4%. But the powder is not finished. This is where your formula's real vulnerability begins. The dry milk enters a blending room where it combines with 30 or more additional ingredients: vegetable oils, whey protein, lactose, vitamins, minerals, emulsifiers, and specialty oils like ARA and DHA, sourced from suppliers you have never heard of, in countries you might not expect. Each ingredient arrives from a different factory, a different country, a different quality control system. The blending room is where 30 separate supply chains converge into the can sitting in your kitchen. And any single one can carry contamination that no amount of heat will destroy. The cerulide toxin in the Nestlé crisis shows you exactly why this matters. Cereulide is produced by Bacillus cereus bacteria. But here is what makes it so dangerous. The toxin itself is extraordinarily heat-stable. You can boil it, autoclave it, hit it with extreme pH. The bacteria die. The toxin survives. It passes through every thermal process in the entire production chain untouched. Because cereulide dissolves in fat, it likely entered the ARA oil during fermentation at the supplier level. By the time the oil reached your baby's formula factory, the toxin was already embedded. No inspection would catch it. No cooking step would destroy it. Here is where the story flips. Until February 2026, no regulatory body on Earth had set a safe limit for cereulide in infant formula. The European Food Safety Authority published its first threshold just days ago. France immediately lowered its own limit further, triggering fresh Nestlé recalls overnight. The rules did not exist, not because regulators were careless, because nobody had testing methods sensitive enough to detect cereulide at levels that matter for your 3-kilogram baby drinking formula as its only food. So what should you actually take away from this? First, a recall means contamination was found and removed. That is the system working. What you should worry about is what testing has not caught yet. Second, powdered formula and ready-to-feed liquid formula are not the same. Liquid is commercially sterilized after sealing, like canned food. Powder is not. If you have the choice, ready-to-feed eliminates the risks inherent to powder. Third, how you prepare powder matters more than you think. Mix with water heated to at least 70 degrees Celsius for babies under 3 months. It will not sterilize the powder, but it reduces your baby's exposure to bacteria. Fourth, read your ingredient list not for what is in it, but for how many supply chains it represents. Every line is a different source, a different factory, a different country. More ingredients means more points where things can go wrong. This is not about fear. Formula is one of the most regulated foods on Earth, but regulation works only when testing catches up to reality. Right now, the world is still writing the rules. 2 crises, 2 continents, 2 contaminants. One truth you need to understand: the powder was never sterile. Now the world is finally asking what that means. That is the process. We reveal how things actually work, one story at a time. If there is something you would like us to explore next, let us know. Until then, trust the process.